Right.
Remember that you are not insured.
Doesn't exactly matter. It's not like I'm leaving anyone behind, is it? I wish you could get a few stats about your companions and stuff here, but oh well. Let's take a quick drink and we'll get to it. Man, I'm loving this so far. I love exploring my ship. I really hope there's that BioWare style of relationship building while you're on your ship and in missions, obviously, but I loved the whole, you know, walking around the Normandy. I had to talk to absolutely everyone again before we went elsewhere. That was just such a fucking... I love that shit. I love relationship building in games, especially RPGs. So hello, Jane Elson.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
Yeah, well, you're with a bit of an arsehole doing it. I'm just gonna start stealing everything this girl owns, except her weapon. The one thing I'm gonna leave her with is the one thing that can end my life. Hey, hello, corporate trooper.
This hack would just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah,
You're wearing one of my masks.
I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Look at this suave fucker.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get you with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
But I want to talk to people, especially you. Join my team, you lovely man. I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Huh. I'd like to hear your side. What happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Okay, and that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right? That would be the good thing to do. So you defend the honor of your team. Let's be a sarcastic little shit.
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick.
That sounds like what any reasonable adult would do,
Look,
correct?
This was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Guess so. You got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock.
You cannot be a companion
Not gonna be yours,
just
would it?
because I listened to your story about beating up your butt. Come on, we've known each other for 2 seconds. Maybe he'll just give me a mission. Let's see. That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama.
Yeah, but I look
Hey, I don't
pathetic.
want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never caught your name. I'm Strike.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
You're now a lot less badass, purely because of that name. See you around, Felix. Boss?
For a stroll around the docking base?
I wanted a mission from you. Now, what do we got here? Armor parts. I'd love to take it, but it ain't really worth it. Everyone's got a name. Even if it is Steve Door, which is barely a name. Alright, well, I didn't even bother listening to what you had to say, actually. I clicked it and then didn't even bother. Alright, what do we got here? Give me that heavy ammo, because we are running so very low on heavy ammo all the fucking time. What do we got here? Light ammo. Well, if you just block everyone's view, Mr. Giant Vicar Unit Boy, I will take everything we can. That was close. Are you a person? Oh, Steve Door. Steve Door is not a name. It must mean something. It's probably like Stevedore. I don't know what it means. Probably an occupation of some kind. I am dumb. So, I am unaware of these colloquial terms. What is this? A bin? A nothing? And that's about it. I want to go ahead and meet that girl we're meant to be talking to. Everyone's a Stevedore. Steve Door, Stevie Door. I don't know. I'm never going to figure out what it says. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be inspected. I just want to make my way through everywhere with the power of sneak, which I actually can do by the looks of things. Hello.
Why do we let people more heavily armed than us on board?
Shut up. I'm not that heavily armed. I'm still utterly pathetic. Looks like I genuinely can sneak around the place. And just look at this. Look at this! This is so cool! I just snuck my way on board. I can... Oh! Oh, there is so many different ways to approach a situation. It is orgasmic. Now, what do we got here? We got lovely, lovely armor. Lovely, lovely money. And some armor part. That was awesome. I'm so glad I figured out that was a thing. This is 9 and medium. This is 19 and medium. And even gives me better dodge. Look at us. We're finally looking a little less like some kind of gay pride General Grievous. That's what I called it. I remembered. Look at me being hilarious. What do we got here? You're also at 9. Vicar Max, what are you at? You're at 10 with light armor. That's not bad. It improves your dialogue skills too. That's actually a really, really good thing you got going on there. Well, as much as I'd love to actually go through customs and do the game the right way, I'm really intrigued as to what the fuck I found over here. Hello. This looks like an incredibly dangerous place to just wander into. We got a light pistol. Pathetic. I'm just going to break it down. I will, however, take everything that isn't a weapon here. Protective clothing with... Move out of the way, little UI bit. I want to see what this is. Improves my dialogue skills. But it does look like a single digit. 6! I'll take it purely because it might look cool. Hold on. Oh, we look like a fucking bounty hunter. I like it, but it sucks. Freighter crew. I would absolutely smash my leg to pieces. Oh, I can jump down. Another save, please. Ignore the fact I came from the ceiling, Mr. Guardman. I am perfectly welcome here. Acrophobia. After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. We lose so much when we're up high again. No, the floors in this game are useless.
Picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
I mean, obviously they're meant to be bad, but come on.
No one...
Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad I saved. Am I going to have to reject becoming a cripple again? Probably. Hope you guys don't mind me save scumming whenever I'm stealing something, but I really need mag picks. And I don't exactly feel like getting myself murdered. Mod ID cartridge.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You are hearing things.
You found an ID cartridge used with a holographic shroud. You'll now automatically be disguised when entering an associated restricted area.
There was a lot of
Good.
at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
I don't need to try.
Graham, right.
So we now automatic... Oh, they all broke their legs when they fell too. Ain't that adorable? Aren't we just a big happy family? Right.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Oh, hey, Leonard. I'm gonna go ahead and steal everything you own. Arrivals. Who's arrived? Rizzo Freighter. Don't care. I'm reliable. It's me. Impounded Hawthorne shipment. No Hawthorne. Wonder what happened. I should have checked in. They impounded my ship. Ah, shit. Okay, messages. GB security, these conditions. It's a joke, right? I'm forwarding this around the station, and no one thinks you're real. And if you are, welcome to Groundbreaker, arsehole. I'm fit for cysty pigs. You honestly expect me to share a berth with some junker flown by a freelancer? I'm a company man, and I demand company accommodations. Auntie Cleo would give you such a withering glare if she saw how you treated her two-time employee of the month. Yes, that's me. You signed a social contract when you gave me clearance to land. I asked for what is mine by right, room to breathe, a heated berth so I can walk around barefoot, and service with a smile. Give me one of the three. I'll give you until I hit send to rectify this error. Harassment, don't bother, we're on our way. Hey, I landed like 15 minutes ago, and this crazy guy with no shoes has been throwing shit at my rig. Like, actual shit. Can I open fire or what? What's going on in this shithole? Literally.
Identification, please.
They'll know I'm not Hawthorne. Right?
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day.
Oh dear.
According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
I love that he doesn't even figure out
This isn't the end of the world.
that I've snuck up behind him. How do I get this resolved? I take it back, I'm not Hawthorne and that isn't my ship, no. How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
I
His
can
office
do
is
that.
located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Well, I'll go talk to him and straighten get this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me.
You seem like a nice
Oh,
guy,
and if you're
Wheeler.
headed
I'm
that
sorry
way,
for
would you mind doing me
bypassing
a
your
favor?
entire checkpoint. Yeah, sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
But she needs meds, you arsehole. I now like you a little less. Her shipment, huh?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
So this is the equivalent of a janitor performing a heart transplant. What? No! I don't care if they're robots, that is a terrible idea! Got it.
Much appreciated.
No worries,
Is there anything
Leonard.
else I can help you with?
I don't... Oh, wow, there's a lot. Okay. Seems like there's some tension between the board and Groundbreaker. While he's talking, I will quickly get myself another bottle of water. Normally, it's something I'd edit out when I'm just doing videos, so it's going to sound pretty horrible over mic. Feel free to cover your ears. Yeah, nothing much I can mute my mic, actually, while I do that. Give me a sec.
You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Okay, there we go. You should now be able to hear me again. I've set up hotkeys and I'm always worried that they won't work, so I will quickly check how that works when the stream catches up. But for now, why can't Groundbreaker and the board just work together? That's a little bit idealistic, because the board are cunts. That would be why.
You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all.
You're my kind of guy,
Groundbreaker
Wheeler.
cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
I'm glad it terrifies them, the bastards. Keep pushing them.
It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us?
Lead you to utter
They got assault
Corpseville,
cruisers,
my friend.
gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
Oh, Pavadi,
The
you
board is
poor
necessary
young
to
little
provide order to the colony.
naive girl.
They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you. It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
Wow, you seem to be able to tell me shitloads. I'm glad I didn't run right past you. Board runs most of the system, huh?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners.
So I should end up
Like
liking
every
this
year,
place.
The board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
Tramp cruise. Well, thanks for the info, buddy.
Sure thing.
What can you tell me about Udom?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Oh, well that sucks. Why does the board's
Sure
got
thing.
the fucking fingers and everything? Don't like it. I'm looking for a drink. Any recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Will do. Will do. Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
I like you, buddy. I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade.
Oh, she's a
Make
fence?
sure you bring an empty belly.
You mean my own or my collection of amputated stomachs? Because I'll bring both. Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
That's all right with me. Well, what do you know? How does Halcyon Holdings work, anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
No, I've been asleep for years. I'm new around here.
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board.
Well, thanks for giving me, like, your entire working day, by the way. Don't you have, like, an absolute line of people waiting to talk to you now? I don't care, though. How does Groundbreaker fit into all that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels.
We've heard this.
Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Aww. Okay, so there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it.
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Well, we've already heard the other thing, so
Yeah.
I got it, I guess. What do you know about Sublight
They
Salvage?
strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished.
Then why did you
They're on the
recommend them to
promenade
me,
run by a
you
woman
cuck?
named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
Oh, sure. It's not like you wanted me dead 2 seconds ago. I'm looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me.
Good to know, good to
Chief
know.
Junway might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding?
We've heard a message
I'd
from her.
love to get a look at this old
Oh, no,
girl's
it's
innards.
her, okay.
I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Pavadi. We are not opening up the old lady. What the fuck did that mean? That's something long term.
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
Fair enough. I didn't think there were many independent operators, though.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
That's all I needed
All
to
right.
know. Thank you. Well, I think that's it. You're a really cool
Be
guy.
seeing you.
And you know what? That's why I'm so gonna rob you.
Inside voices.
And no one can even see. Is it really easy to just have people notice? I don't know how likely it is that they're gonna... Oh, you have nothing. I can't steal from you. You were such a nice guy. I don't know why I even considered that. Is it okay to just rob everyone? It's not okay.
What do you think you're doing?
I just touched your ass. Perfectly normal, right? Yeah, nothing at all. I'll pay you 532 bits to look the other way. That was just very, very specific. Whatever I want.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
Here they come.
And then you immediately siding me. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go back, and I'm not gonna touch your ass this time. Guess you do need to do it from behind. That is understood. Because, I mean, in Skyrim, you don't. There's like a... there's like a percentage and all that, and that's what I was expecting, but I guess not. Alright, can I go inside? The fuck? Why have you even got these, like, bulletproof glass that restricted access, authorized personnel only? Well... Holographic disguise activated! I have an idea. I have a big idea. So we're gonna talk to these guys first.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker security do for you today?
Surprised I can even talk to you, Mr. Private. Just get my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, sir.
Yeah, I worked that much out,
If you're here to report a
idiot.
crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sunita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
What did you do? Why can't you take incident reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Oh no, what a disaster. Do you do... I don't know, tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
We're friends, right, Lee? Do me a favor. I'll owe you one.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
How charismatic can I possibly be? This man had never met me before. Chief Tennyson?
Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too.
Which is why we're
Her
in
family's worked on it
excruciating
for,
heat.
Gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing.
I don't think you meant to mention this,
She
these
could
random
stand to
outlaws.
lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters.
Leading a ship the size of Groundbreaker must be a challenge. Actually, why do you want to know that, Pavati?
No reason. Don't you trouble yourself over it, Captain.
Don't go work for her. Just
That was very
are you
convincing,
using
miss.
me?
I think your captain almost bought it.
Hey, you're meant to be just as awkward as she is. Why did you suddenly become a sarcastic dick? Don't hassle my crew, kid.
Yes, sir, of course. I'm sorry if I overstepped. Was just having fun is all. Didn't mean anything
Yes,
by
well,
it.
fun is not allowed here! Leading a ship the size of Groundbreaker must be a challenge.
Right. Back to business.
Right, I could use some work. Any pointers?
Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders.
Yes,
for
we actually got
station
some
jobs,
quests there.
But you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can
We've
help
actually
you
got
with,
tons
mister?
of quests here already. I love it! Okay, I want to know what you think of them.
They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and
We know that.
I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning.
I do. But I'll need you to explain.
Let's say there's been times when I heard somebody needed a thing, and somebody else had such a thing, but they weren't inclined to sell.
That, my friend, is
Now
known
let's
as
say the one who
stealing.
had the thing suddenly found theirs missing, and the one who needed got one. If anyone asks, Sublight says it got salvaged from an old wreck. Case closed.
Well, they sound like my kind of dudes. No, so they're criminals, but you have an office on your... But they have an orifice, on your promenade deck.
If anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down a long time past. They always got, what do they call it? Deniability? Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead, Sublight says, hey, independent contractor, not our responsibility. But everyone knows what they're doing, top to bottom.
They're working against the Halcyon board? Well, I am very happy about that one.
Against is a strong word. Let's say that if you need something the board ain't inclined to sell, you might look to Sublight to get it. You might pay Sublight a shitload of bits for it, but that money gets passed on to their contractors, so in the end, it's still business.
Well, we found ourselves
You
our
must
drug
admit,
dealer.
There is a beauty to the order of it. Everything operates within the constraints of the grand plan.
Fuck
Even
off, buddy.
organized crime.
I'm so leaving you behind
People do
so
what they gotta
quickly.
to get by.
Alright, that's enough.
Oh, sure, sorry.
You're kind
It's
of
might boring
adorable,
at
aren't
this
you, you
desk,
prick?
know. Then I get to chatting too much, and Commandant Sunita's got to reprimand me again, and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Well, thanks for
Don't
giving me a
worry.
free pass back here
Captains
for no
will
reason.
understand.
What do you mean you
Can't
can't
speak
real
for the
understand? Oh,
captain,
me?
but
Okay.
I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Jesus!
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this.
Thank you for just ignoring that guy. Mind if I ask some questions?
That's what I'm here for, sir.
You got seized contraband all over the system, look back up there. I got none of that sentence correct, did I? I bet you've got seized contraband from all over the system locked up back there. That was a lot better. There you go.
Sure, and stuff from outside the system, too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many.
I could steal so much good stuff, can't I?
Here.
What if some of that contraband's mine and I'm here to claim it?
That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here, too, then.
Luckily, that was only a what if.
All right.
A lot of freighters come through the station, huh? Must keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Aww. Why aren't as many coming through?
Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it?
Oh, I took it too literally. I'd
I
already
reckon
put on
you'd
the
have to
rubber
ask the
gloves.
folks in
I thought we were going to
Byzantium.
do a full-blown cavity search. I'm disappointed. Well, see you around, buddy. Time to talk to the
Unless
Commandant.
you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure
I've just
time
heard
nor
sometimes you go
loitering.
entire shifts without anyone coming up to you. So you can shut the fuck up, and you can tell me about your bounties.
Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is. Not the criminal.
Oh, I would love to kill a newborn,
Allegations
please.
include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one, but 2 officers.
That is not nearly enough officers. I'm disappointed in him. Flying under the influence of illegal substances.
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot.
What a lovely guy.
Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
Wish I knew what any of that meant. Assaulting 2 officers, huh?
Kicked one right in the kneecap while he poked the other in the eyes.
Man, like
McRed's
synchronized?
lucky we're
That's
too
impressive.
backlogged right now to hunt him down ourselves.
Maybe I can
But
help
if
him
our
escape.
resources clear up and we catch him before some contractor does, I fully plan to lock him in ISO with them 2 officers he wounded, thinking he won't like that one bit.
What if he just wounds them again? We clearly know he's an utter badass. I mean, man, kicking a dude in the kneecap and poking the other in the eyes, oh! It's like I've never taken on dudes who have been shooting at me before. Okay, any leads on where I might find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
You got it. Why don't you send him Mardet?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
It sounds awful. I'll take it.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. Or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill.
Maybe he could just give
I
it
do
to
hope
me.
you're the lucky hunter,
In fact,
though.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Good luck and skip speed to you.
Alright, I couldn't help but notice the... Actually, are there more?
Still waiting to...
Okay. So what's it like? Working security detail on a space station.
Do I look like your gossipy best friend?
I wish!
While I'm on post, I take my duties
Anything to
real
stop you looking
serious.
like that.
I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
You're an unbelievable bitch, aren't you? Whoa, alright. Just trying to make conversation.
I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
Wow. What's a Mardet?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet, not guard or officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Like a mix of Marine and Cadet? Sure. Couldn't help but notice the bounty posting on Phineas
The outlaw
Wells.
scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it.
Surely we're not able to fuck him up so early on. Is he a famous criminal or something?
To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all.
Okay, then. Well, I'll be on my way, I guess. Wait, wasn't there more I could ask you? Guess not. Well, now... what we're going to do is we're going to save, because I don't... we're going to quick save, because I keep forgetting quick saving is a thing. We're going to make our way in here.
Inside voices.
Oh, I didn't even put on my... Are you upset that I'm here?
Hunt.
You're not even
Nothing
upset that I'm here! I'm working on it, girl. Who are you, random Mardette? I get to steal all the fucking contraband. This is wonderful. What do we got around here, then? This is the jail. With no one in it. Your holding cells are empty. You're terrible at your job.
Take the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Wait, we've done it? Oh, dude! Okay. Eject docking records, data cartridge. I want to look at confiscated goods. So, prayer beads! Oh boy, what more could we ever want? Maybe we could use prayer beads as anal beads. That'd really fuck them over. Security logs. I'm not actually very interested. We'll just eject this, and we've done it!
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Give the data cartridge to Vicar Max, gladly.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney. And
Where
he
did you...
joined a sublight
what have you done
salvage
with the
group.
cartridge? You haven't got like a
Only
tablet
he's not
or
listed
anything.
on the return manifest.
He just swallowed it, and now he
Must have
knows
made
everything.
landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship.
Interesting.
I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
Time to embark on the epic quest! Oh, my perception isn't good enough.